It's like, what was it like during the chip shortage? You guys are making a highly engineered product with a lot of electronics. That's part of the audio equipment space. And one of the notable features of the pandemic was that you couldn't get every component that you wanted when you wanted it. How did you guys deal with that? How did you mitigate it?
It was a challenging time. It was a challenging time for absolutely everybody. Our team on the electrical side, they did an exceptional job. So a lot of it was leveraging relationships, because we don't, like you kind of mentioned earlier, the flavor of the week, we don't really do that. We try to really embed and strengthen relationships with our suppliers. And they realize that we're not going to be jumping ship for a nickel here or whatnot. So by building that relationship, a lot of the times you can have those open dialogues and communicate your wants and your needs and get a realistic answer as to where you are in the queue, or where you are, if you can even jump the queue, or, what the downtime is going to be. So I think that really helped us do a lot of planning as to when we can build. Because the honest answer at that point was it was legitimately not available, like spot market, anything. Yeah. So then you've got to defer on certain things and prioritize other things. So we had a really good team doing a lot of work. Our engineering team really stepped up and did a lot of redesign, like I think a lot of other folks did, to kind of get some alternate chips that were in play, assess, do we need all of this? How can we make it more efficient, that we can eliminate something that maybe is a constraint at this time? So I think, yet again, it kind of goes back to that collaboration that everybody was doing. The relationships that we really build with our vendors were a key aspect of what got us through there.
Yeah. That makes a ton of sense. You remember I remember we had some customers that were paying like 40x premium for certain ICs. And then there was the other fear, which is that there were some counterfeits happening at that time, because the prices were so high that people were like, oh, we can just, take something else, scrub the top off, because you know how lightly it's etched on the IC, and then just print something else and say it's something different. But that's a huge risk, people buying, from the gray market, Was that ever something that you encountered, or you at least heard war stories of?
I don't know that we got hit with anything that was counterfeits. I can't say for sure, because I wasn't that close to it at that time. But you were seeing the 40X out in the marketplace, because that's the price that people were willing to pay. And you've got to do the analysis at that point, saying, okay, am I willing to pay this to get, is the margin impact I'm going to take on this product worth it? Yes or no? And it comes down to that business decision. And honestly, sometimes the answer is yes, because you're selling it. We do not sell cheap products. So if a chip cost $1 and now it's $40 and that's what it takes, $39 hit isn't going to, it's more important to get the product out the door than it is to sit on that. So,
certainly in the automotive space, those were folks who were, I think, forking up real dough for it, because there were some cars where it was like they had everything. I remember actually a company we worked with where they had vehicles sitting on the lot. They were just missing one ABS chip or something like that, and it was like, we have to that's the only thing. So we're going to continue making them because we don't want to stop the line. But the minute that those things are available, we're going to be like, boop, 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 putting them in there. And we're talking like a expensive, tens of thousands of dollar vehicle per.
There were a lot. Even basic stuff with electronics. During COVID, we were like a lot of people where we're like, we don't know when we're coming out of this. So we built our backyard to kind of be our oasis. We ended up getting a hot tub. Well, it kind of goes directly to the electronic shortage at the time, though, because we go out and there's a hot tub and they're like, look, this hot tub's available in 3 to 4 months. And my wife's like, okay, well, what if we do this other option that you mentioned? They go, oh, that's 18 to 24 months. She's like, that's good. One chip that was not available to make it go from a white light to a multicolor light or whatever the feature was. But case in point right there, it's like the waiting line, because everybody and their family wants this right now, is here, versus you want that one little modification like you were talking about with the car. Well, get in the back of the line for 2 years.
What makes you think maybe it's the Model T thing? Any LED color you want, as long as it's black.